So I love that. I thought the Aussies were great value, but they are now, sadly, for them, out of the competition. And England await the winner of this one. Northern Ireland will come into it as big favourites. It's Declan Brennan on their opening frame, and they will take some stopping. Scotland have been somewhat underdogs this week.
Just for that last match, the crowd that came round, they just sort of came from everywhere. As soon as they know what was happening, everyone just sort of got attracted to the table, and it was a brilliant crowd for it. The atmosphere was fantastic.
Yeah, I dare say there'll be a few in here tonight. Taking in the action.
To tonight, yeah. The potentials for the final, I think the semi potential, the second semi could be massive if the certain teams get through that I think could get through.
We could have some serious fun tonight. I think Northern Ireland will be desperate to make it through. That they come into this match as big favourites.
Yeah.
Mark McBride has got a big ask on him to win this first frame, especially now that Declan is at the table. But I think what will happen with this Scotland team as we sort of head through into the 2023 cycle is, with obviously the rule change to international 8-ball rules, all of a sudden there's plenty of Scotland players who you can think will fancy a little bit of that now.
They could have some team, Scotland could. They could really have some team.
It's a bit of a strange one. Scotland don't really do world rules. It's not really a thing. They've got a very big tour up there, which is played to black ball, I know, but they're an attacking bunch.
Yeah, we know plenty of good Scottish international rules players, and
there's enough on them on the tour, isn't there?
Exactly, yeah. And if they get attracted into the international stage, then you just think about all the teams really. That some of the teams that could be out there, it's just frightening, really.
That's part of what makes it such a good thing that the rules have changed, because it does open it up. You know, what's against us in years to come, because it's the same rule set, having an American team, a Chinese team, all the rest of it have a true world championships. Enough conversation, John. We've got a game on our hands because Declan Brennan's missed one, and it's the sort of pot you don't often see Declan Brennan miss.
No.
Mark McBride then with an enormous chance to land an early blow.
He's just trying to
That's a nice nudge.
Yeah, Declan was just trying to nick a bit of the pocket there to get the spin on the cue ball, and just when he's hit it far jaw, near jaw for him, sorry. It's a great chance now. Just needs to keep his head, go about him the right way. Thought he might leave this ball to his penultimate ball, but doesn't want to be straight. Don't want to be straight. That's all right.
Yeah, I quite like that actually.
Yes,
not necessarily what you call natural, but it has worked out all right.
Yeah, if he can get the cue ball through to the left hand cushion there, it's not too bad. He's going to come through for the yellow, red in the top left.
One thing you would say about this Scotland side is, whilst they've not had the best of weeks at the World Championships here in Killarney, they can boast, for me, I was going to compliment I was going to compliment them on their shirts, John, and Mark McBride has gone and thrown one in, so that's rather killed that momentum.
Some of the team shirts are nice.
We won't see them today, but the Team India shirt is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
India not in the shootout, but I've seen their seniors are in their team event today, and they've all got their team on. I think 1980s Indian cricket side. That's the inspo.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Australian one, to be honest, but
a bit loud for you, is it?
Yeah, it's a little bit yellow, isn't it? You need a certain physique to pull it off well, don't you? I think, which pool players don't tend to have.
Well, Declan Brennan gets out of dodge in that first frame. That was far from the ideal start for Decky, but he's on the boards, and so are his team. Northern Ireland can call up Callum Singleton. And Young on the break, cut break. Boom. For the Scotsman, and
too many cut breaks today, J-Mo.
A golden break's in place, so I always give a little bit more rope than I would ordinarily.
A bit more rope.
I don't tend to love it on the pro series. I am a little bit of a front ball man, but when the golden break's in play, I think it's sort of percentages. You can justify it a little bit easier.
I suppose so. Yeah, you got to give him a bit in you on that.
But Callum Singleton here hasn't really got an easy starter. Is he taking on One of the... No, he's just playing the yellow, just containing safety.
I think this tournament's a lovely little break for Scotland as well, isn't it, from the actual main competition, because they can possibly relax a little bit more in this, knowing that it's knockout basically, isn't it? It's another chance just to have a competition, whereas in the actual worlds they're not doing so great, are they? So you never know, they might win a few frames, and then we've seen it, every match has been pretty close, hasn't it? Bar one, so
that's a nice little gap picked out by Ben Young. And yeah, I mean, this format so much can happen.
Well, the South Africa game showed that, didn't it?
Didn't it just? Didn't it just? And I mean, we saw it in that England-Australia game. On paper, if you put up man against man for every single frame there, you wouldn't really give the Aussies much of a sniff, but it's just a different dynamic altogether. Some players rise to the occasion, and some players on some moments can just crumble a little bit.
I know this lad. I'm trying to think where I know. I think he's from I think I've seen it at the tournament at Milton Keynes before. I'm sure I have.
I'm sure you were hoping he was playing some shots like that. That's not there from Ben Young. Yellows are tricky. And Callum was fairly happy in just giving away the table at the start of this frame. Didn't like the layout and almost said, well, if you can get these, fair play to you.
If them two yellows to the left don't go in the middle, he could have just played another safety shot, but maybe the top one goes of the two.
I think it does.
Yeah, which looks like he's on now.
It's one of those where I think it looks really claustrophobic and cluttered, but I think if he picks the right pattern, and Callum Singleton invariably does, then this will unfold quite nicely.
Yeah, I thought he could have maybe just bumped onto the two yellows, left the cube behind the top yellow, not leaving much of a shot on, but he's got the chance to go, so as soon as he just gets the top yellow of the four yellows middle of the table out of the way, I think it sort of opens itself up.
Yeah, he's a really nice little touch player, is Callum Singleton. I know he plays with a tiny tip on his cue, which does help him with these sorts of shots. But it does mean you've got to be extra precise.
Especially on this cloth, because the cloth will, the cue ball does sway a bit when you play your shots with side. And if you're not on your game, it can show you up quite badly. That's why as you get older, you tend to put a bigger tip on your cue, so you got a better chance of potting. I think I'm on a 13 mil now. Yeah, he just wants to bump the yellow. He needs to hit it full ball though. Just careful that he doesn't catch the red and knock the red on top of the yellow to the right hand side. No, he's hit it well.
Yeah, lovely shot that. Really, really nice.
It's pretty simple now. Has there been many games go to 8?
No, I don't think anyone's gone to 8 yet. In fact, I think the Belgians just got to 8. There was a game that Simon covered, but I think they just beat the clock by about 10 seconds on their final finish.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get to 8, isn't it? If the match is close, I just don't feel you're going to get anywhere near. But it's
it just depends. I think a big part of it is because it's essentially roll in, roll off, where you only get one frame.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky to get any momentum going, isn't it? So we might not see those sorts of runs where, we see them in matches all the time where players they're both playing well and they rattle off maybe 6 frames in 5 minutes just because they're just flying through them.
Yeah, that's right,
It's difficult to imagine that in a team scenario, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't happen often, definitely. Just judge your cannon right onto the red. Another cannon's got to just catch it nice and thick, the red.
Yeah, full in the face is perfect.
Yeah, it's a little bit over, but he's fine. He's absolutely fine.
Yeah, handy work once again from Callum Singleton.
And that's pretty calmly 2-0, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely job. He's really high up on the order of merit this week here in Killarney as Callum Singleton. He's having a really, really good week. He's in good form.
Dylan's gearing up here. Oh, he's just going across it.
Wow.
He's not had a good split though, so when he turns around and looks at the table, he'll be quite happy about that.
Yeah, I think he will be fairly pleased to turn this table over.
Sometimes one frame pull, you want your opponent to go for it because the pressure on it can be very hard to clear up sometimes.
Yeah, cue ball in hand behind the line for a foul off the break, so it's not as terminal as it could be. That's a nice first shot. The key, therefore, obviously for Scotland here is the reds at the bottom of the table surrounding the 8 ball.
I can't see how he's got tough to get into them, and if he's going into them, it's going to be all or nothing. I think when he plays it. I'm not sure if
it's one of those things, isn't it? I think I mentioned this earlier on, that plenty of players who maybe aren't as au fait with the rule set and just coming into them feel like they've got to go for everything.
Oh, definitely,
but
definitely.
There's a big case for not going for these.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a free ball plant to the top right. Actually, it might have been close to that, but I don't know if he's really looked at them that closely.
Is his plan here just to get that yellow off the table and just sort of take ownership of that corner of the table?
I think it's at this, well, maybe should have even last shot, but there's a stage, isn't there, when you know you're not going to clear up and you've just got to, play that shot that's going to get you another shot, or just keep it a little bit awkward for your opponent.
He's swinging it around.
Is it? He can't. Oh, just a bit tick. That might help him.
Yeah,
I know it sounds bad, but it might actually help him.
Yeah, I think Craig Robertson there was potting himself deeper and deeper into a pretty big hole. Yellows are still pretty horrible here.
Yeah, Dylan's got good experience with the rules, so I can't see him going game here. As I say that, he's going straight into him. No. I thought he might have played the yellow to the right of the 3 and just bumped it down.
Well, now that there's Joe Fanto watching on. I don't think he's left that chair this morning. There's Joe Fanto. He's been enjoying the action so much. The president of WPF.
Yeah, I mean,
first shootout event for the WPF.
Yeah,
he looks like he's enjoying it.
For all the years he's been at the Worlds, I bet he's really pleased with how this format has gone this year. We've definitely got a different feel to it with the ultimate ball being involved. And now JMO's here. Just steps it up a bit more.
Si's literally sat right over there. You can't be that loud about it, John.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. Shh. Sorry, Si, I love you too.
A bit of a shot to nothing there for Dylan Leary. In a sense, he would have really wanted to make it, but he doesn't leave anything easy. Top of the table is tied up. There is potential route out for Reds.
Yes, he could play the loss of turn as a skill shot. He could play the white around the 2 cushions. If he doesn't get the skill shot, it's not a bad loss of turn shot, and vice versa, really.
Yeah, that'll do. That's the worst possible place to leave it, though.
Yeah, he perhaps wasn't playing the skill shot there. Or was, and just... he may have been trying to pot both. Because that would have been an excellent shot if he potted both yellows, but it was a bit of an ask to pop that second yellow. It's just a bit close to the cushion there. You've got to hit it a bit more accurately.
Well, the good news is you can see a red. That's where the good news ends.
He wants to bump it near the pocket, but not too near it. Just wants to use...
Yeah, a little bit. That's not too bad.
Not terrible.
The reason why we don't want to cover the pocket is because it's too easy to get rid of. That's the issue.
Right, yeah. You just want to block the ball rather than the pocket in a situation like that. Dylan's going to play the right shot here. Break the 2 yellows out, leave the white on top of the black. That's it.
Yeah, that'll do. Over to you, Craig. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. It's the sort of situation where you're getting your opponent to play the shots for you.
Yeah, I don't love this at all. You almost thought we got a feel for Craig. I feel like he's almost been played a fiddle with that shot.
Well, he could. I don't know if he'd come off the right hand cushion with side and come back and hit the red over the bottom left corner, leave the cue ball down there. Oh, you can tell he's a little bit nervous there, isn't he? Which is understandable. He'll take that.
That's not a bad result at all.
He'll take that all day.
Great shot from Craig Robinson there. That's about as much as he could do, I feel.
It's just going to get tapped up here. But he probably get to the red down by the bottom left corner off one cushion. And leave the cue ball down there, and that's still not bad. He's not in a bad position in this frame. It may look worse than what he possibly is, because his reds are not that bad. And Dylan's still got that one yellow in amongst them.
And the 8-ball, of course.
Yeah, well, to Craig, the 8-ball isn't really tied up, because when he clears up, the 8-ball's going to be free, whereas Dylan's got to get the yellow and the black out.
Yeah, now he's going to try and force Dylan to move that yellow for him.
That was actually a good shot, that was. Dylan could leave a shot on here for Craig.
One thing you would say is with this tactical frame, it's clever.
He's left him a shot there, hasn't he? Oh,
He wants to cover it.
It's very close. I think it's probably just done enough, hasn't he?
Yeah, just about. That's a really good shot actually from Dylan. Now that he has got that cue ball all the way across, that is a good shot.
Yeah, it's just toed and froed a little bit, this frame, hasn't it?
Look how much it's taken off the match clock though.
Yeah.
Only 2-0 and there's, I mean,
Bit of a chunk off it now.
yeah, really big chunk. And I think if you're Scotland, you don't mind that. All double kiss isn't nice. Oh, that's a disaster. As he left it. He's got it to the top left, but it's not easy. He could have left it easier.
It's a bit of a free shot though.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a free shot. The black will cover the red to the right.
Yeah, I fancy Dylan for this.
Yeah. Just pocket weight. It's good.
Oh, well. Well.
Whoa.
Is Robertson on the double here?
He could, back double. He could pop the yellow with the same shot, and then the.
Well, now we're talking.
Well, yeah, it could be highlight of this shot. It's back double, pop the yellow, the cube will come across the left hand side, straight on the red, pop the red and pop the black.
Just opts to tie it up.
Yeah, it's a containing shot, I suppose. I think Dylan will still go for it. I suppose one thing I would say is making Dylan do a bit of work for the clearance. Oh, he's playing loss of turn. I think this is a bit dangerous.
Well, he plays a lot of turns. Surely his plan is it must be to stick on that red, but I don't think he's going to play that.
I thought the last shot he probably should have played position to try and get position to get on that ball. Oh, he's done that now. He's perfect, I think.
Yeah, stunning behind this.
Yeah, doesn't want to overstun it though. It's a bit of a feely shot. Just want to drift down. Could be slightly higher and it'd be okay. Yeah, just drifted down. That was a trouble.
Wow.
That was a tricky shot. That was like a stun run through, and it's an easy shot to not quite get enough on.
Just like that.
Oh,
wow. This is a huge come up for Scotland. This.
Now, if that red doesn't go, he just needs to bump the red to knock the yellow onto the bottom cushion, leave him welded behind the black.
Yep, that's the shot all day.
Don't try and play a cannon into it. Just does it go through there? Can't go through there, can it? Or is he playing off the two balls and potting it? He could pot the black here. Well, that goes by the red, I think. I think that's possibly, he doesn't know the rules very well. Could be.
Great shot from Dylan Leary. Is he on the 8-ball? What a shot that is from Dylan Leary. Well, that is a huge let-off. Scotland had that frame, it seemed, to lose, and it is they who lose it. Dylan Leary pulls one out of the fire with a magnificent shot. Northern Ireland go 3-0 in front.
Scotland feel a little bit of a lamb to the slaughter at the moment, don't they, with the...
well, that last frame feels massive.
Yeah.
We were just having a little chat just off air after that third frame, and just wonder if that's one of those where, just wonder if Scotland watched that back And they just think it was a real missed opportunity for them.
Definitely.
Because there's not... We're already halfway through the match on the match clock, and all of a sudden if it's 2-1, Scotland are right in the mix, and we know what stupid things can happen under a 15-second shot clock.
One mistake from Northern Ireland and it can cost you the frame, can't it? So it can change the score very quickly. Okay, I'm impressed with how strong the Northern Ireland team is. I didn't realise quite the strength they had in depth.
Yeah, it's a strong side. Even the players who might not be what we'd sort of consider sort of household names on the ultimate pool scene, likes of Gary Clark and so on, are still very, very handy players,
brilliant
they're the sort of international players that we've seen over a number of years play very well, and they're so well respected in the international scene. They bring something to the party.
Yeah, they've got the experience as well behind them, with Ronan Fay as well. He's got fantastic experience at this level. Oh, he's a little bit short there. I think he wanted that yellow to follow through a little bit further. He wanted to leave the yellow on the rail to last, but he might have to go for it next shot. He could just play a bit of running side at the left hand side of the table if you can get nice and straight on that yellow.
Right, just for information, the next
Called his extension now.
seniors team matches, which should be 4 o'clock, we will not call before 4:30. So that's
Let's see if he goes the left hand side. Is he putting a bit of right hand side on it to run down? Yeah, it's a good shot.
Yeah, it's okay.
You'd like to have been a bit closer, I think, but if you're a bit closer, you can maybe would have had a chance of just getting the cue ball away from the cushion a little bit. But here he probably just needs to stun this in and leave the cue ball where the yellow is.
It's amazing how many we've seen these missed already this morning.
This doesn't.
Yeah, it's almost like, and this is exactly the same setup as we see every single week, Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same setup, same size pockets, but it's like they're shrinking today.
Yeah,
especially when you've got to play down the rail.
Yeah, the team format does make everything harder, but the only thing I would say is this table is definitely not as generous as the table that we sometimes play on at Stoke in the series, but it's had a lot of play this week, the table has, but like I say, that on that team format, them pockets just look a little bit smaller and they don't slide in quite as well.
Yeah, that's one thing they don't have. They don't have that little glidey slide in, because I don't think the cloth is playing as quick.
No, it just would have lost it. The conditions, when you've got a big hall, it's hard to have the conditions exactly right for this situation, whereas on the series of Monday night competitions, the conditions are perfect, and that's why the table plays so slick. He should play the lost alternate, shouldn't he? Play it as a cannon flick off the red with use the cue ball. Just played the treble.
It's bold.
Yeah, I think you can tell.
I think what we've seen so far is three players who are very used to one way of playing, and look a little bit lost out there in international rules, I'd say.
Yeah, the confidence is down. They've had a bad week, haven't they? And like I say, they're not too confident with the rules. It all sort of compounds, doesn't it, and makes it a very hard game. And you're playing Northern Ireland as well, which even if Gary's just missed a shot, you still know what a good player he is, and you're so fearful of giving him another opportunity. Yeah,
I think the adaptation isn't necessarily all that difficult, but I feel like it's making Scotland play shots they don't want to play. They feel very out their comfort zone with it.
Yeah, definitely.
They're almost going way too aggressive. They don't need to. You can play a slow pace in this rule set. That's rather handed the frame away, and it's 4-0 to Northern Ireland.
I would like to say it's like a certain Man City player against Liverpool, but obviously that result didn't go that way. He hit him well, just didn't quite get the split.
Yeah, it's not an amazing split. He's got ball though, Ronan, so he's got at least the control of the frame. He can do what he wants to from here.
Of course, no shark rack for this event. So there's a bit more on the referee. to make sure he gets a good rack.
Yeah, and you can rely on Scott Price.
You can, yes.
Reliable man. And even if he wasn't, once upon a time, you're not going to tell him.
Yeah. And if you do try and tell him, he'll just say, it was your break. Shouldn't hit him like a girl or something like that, I would say to you. Mind you, some of the girls hit him better than me. So.
Ooh, well, Ronan, you're now in a bit of bother. Just wonder if he can feed through to that red that's nearest the 8-ball, but even if he can, he's
I think that's a bit careless, that was. Yeah, he must have known he was hitting that side of the ball. Probably he was after a thicker contact.
I think he can squeeze the cue ball past the yellow.
Yeah.
So just be a bit of a containing shot. He can't pot a ball this way.
He could leave a chance here. Leave the yellow into the right centre. Oh, he's left it, but it's not easy. And every yellow goes. It's close to enough, but I think it's... Oh, he's not... Yeah, he's taking it on. I think he's just going to go to left-hand cushion slightly. Yeah, he does. Yeah, good shot. Good shot, that was.
Yeah, and all of a sudden...
He just needs one shot to get himself in position.
Yeah.
And then... And this is it. If he gets this right, he's going to have a chance to clear up. It's not hanging about.
That yellow on the right side is a big problem. Just
Yeah.
needs to land on it nice, because that's his big connector. We should take it on now.
Oh no, this
big ask.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Getting the pocket's no good, obviously. It's landed a bit awkward though for the loss of turn shot.
Yeah, in World Rules, he's annoyed because he's not covered the pocket.
Yeah.
That's actually an alright shot now.
That has helped him, maybe. I think Ronan will still go game though. He's got the red into the left centre. Yeah,
and I think that red is still makeable. It just goes off the draw and off the yellow, so you've got to play a little bit of a judgment, but it's not like it's impossible.
No, that's right.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the shot for me, that.
I'm not sure he's going here. Is he going to cut it? Is he going for the pot? Is he surely not going for the pocket?
Well.
It's still not bad. If the loss of turn shot, it'd be hard not to leave a shot on.
Well, yellows do look in trouble now.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, the loss of turn shot isn't really an option here because you just can't not leave him on the red.
Well, can he play down there now?
I don't think he can get round the red above the black. It's close. If he was a little bit straighter on this, he could probably arc the cue ball around the red. But yeah, he just needs to be a little bit straight. He could have played loads of top and just spun the cue ball around the red, and it would have got him around the red enough to kick the yellow to knock the red in. But I think because he was dealing more of a straight line from the yellow to the next one. So if you can get it. I like what he's tried.
He tried to hide it behind the two reds, hasn't he? Almost weld them there. I mean, he was in a world of pain if he did that for his next shot, but it's something at least.
That's right, yeah. That's right. At least you're asking a bit of a question. I would say that Scotland are at least enjoying it, but I'm not sure they are enjoying it that much at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit of a chastening experience so far, I'd say. Ronan's so steady, isn't he?
Yeah, rock solid. He has been for years, and he's had some good results this week as well. So he'll be playing well. I think he's doing quite well in the stats as well. Been about for quite a while in the international setup.
Sort of player that if he had to make a tough 8-ball to win a massive match in a deciding frame, you sort of back him. He's got that way about him, composed.
I've seen him do it, yeah. And then a massive relief and outburst afterwards.
Well, it's for 5-0. That was never in doubt. Never in doubt.
You convinced me then for a second.
Yeah, I convinced him. Ronan Fay gets it through. It's 5-0. Bit of a puff of the cheeks from Ronan.
He'll just be glad it's in. Yeah, I think Declan's probably given him a bit of stick about it.
I'm sure he's giving him a little bit of stick about it. So 11 minutes left. This would be the most surprising comeback I would have ever seen on an ultimate pool table, but it's not looking likely right now. Long, long way back for Scotland in every sense. Northern Ireland have them under the gun here. And Gerard Heaney will look to get them on the hill. Not quite on the hill. Not yet. Getting a bit ahead of myself. Races to 8.
Nearly at the 15-second shot clock time.
Yeah, it's the only thing that might just disrupt the Northern Irish rhythm. See how Gerard handles it. But he looks in great shape here.
Yeah, he is. He's got this plant, and then the next shot, I'm not sure if he'll go for the long yellow to top right and cannon the red, or he could just flick off the yellow and play the cannon and pop the yellow in the middle. He could play it now if he wanted to.
And he's thinking about it.
Just wants to be careful not to knock the yellow too far up the table to the top rail, or bounce it back off at least.
Needs to make one of them.
Yeah, I think maybe he should have committed to just one or the other.
Yeah, a shot where he could very, very easily have made both balls. He's ended up making 0, and Scotland here have a decent chance to get their first frame on the board. It'll be Janja assist to take it on.
15-second shot clock in play.
Nice, kept the angle.
On a 15-second shot clock. All the best, Jans.
Yep, enjoy. It's his first game of the match as well, isn't it? It's straight into 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's not easy. Usually so far we've seen most players come in at least on a 30-second to start with.
Yeah, it's cruel way to come into the game, isn't it?
Tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Gerard just contemplating his route. He's going to go extension. This is a big shot to play. This is his only real shot to play as well. If he makes this, they're pretty much home and dry for this frame.
I'm a bit surprised he didn't play the one over the pocket and got a bit closer to that, because then he'd still have to play the plant on the yellow beside the black. So leaving a plant till last is always a bit dodgy.
Go a kiss on the double, and I don't think that's really achieved all that much. Was this yellow go to the knock the one over the middle pocket in? That helps.
Just going to develop it. Oh, he did go for it.
Oh, it barely needed anything to go.
Yeah.
They didn't quite have that much.
Still alright though. I think the shot would probably be to try and to make the black more awkward from here, but yeah, he's just handed another opportunity over to Northern Ireland. Perhaps he's just sort of thinking, I need a mistake from you to win the frame, sorry. And
yeah, I mean, his back is firmly up against the wall, no doubt about it.
Sometimes the only way you can win a frame is just by your opponent messing up. You just got to sometimes say, yeah, there you go, have a go, and if you mess up, I'll take my opportunity then. That's a good shot.
Yeah, I love that.
Honestly. Just wants to finish low or high, whichever he prefers on the last yellow, to make sure we get the table straight's not really ideal. I normally prefer to be high. Personally, I think it's a bit straight.
He looks very straight. Yeah, he was like he decelled a little bit on that last one.
Did, yeah.
It was like he wasn't 100% sure himself.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it too much of a cutback when you're... he's alright, yeah.
It's nicely played.
Well judged. Not a nice shot from the rail this is, so just that little bit of gap from the rail does help massively with this shot.
This for 6.
Oh.
Job done. Punched home by Gerard Heaney. That is Jordan McDonald.
Is this your first World Championships? Pool World Championships anyway?
Depends who you ask. I will say yes.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm not sure what that means, but
Yeah, first WPF World Championships,
Oh,
and
okay, I got you.
it's been. I mean, I've only quite literally been here for just over 12 hours.
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, what we've seen today already has been absolutely awesome.
yeah.
And here for the rest of the week, which looking forward to as the silver gets handed out here in Killarney. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing, you can catch the rest of the week on Ultimate Pool TV. We're focusing all on the shootout today, and I mean, I couldn't be more pleased. This has been awesome to watch so far. Seamus McArdle is playing with the confidence of a man who knows he's been freed up to sort of play and is enjoying his moment.
Yeah, he is. Took these well. And this shot coming down the table. Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, lovely.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Little bounce is good as well. You can roll it in or screw back. Screw back behind the red. It's up to him how he plays it. He's running through.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Great shot.
He picked his route and he stuck to it, which is excellent.
And you never know, maybe he's just making a bit of a petition.
Yeah.
I want to be in the team for the
That's right.
semi-final, lads.
And if you do that, then surely the question's got to be asked, hasn't it?
Yeah, this has been a super visit to the table.
I'm not saying he's going to take Ronan's place, but
Super frame from Seamus McArdle. So Mark McBride then on the break for Scotland.
he's got a ball.
And he's got a chance.
Come on, son, get this one. Get yourself on the board.
Play one shot.
Could play the breakout here. Doesn't want to hit too hard though. He needs to hit the top of the red though. Oh no, he didn't play it. He didn't play it and they've still got to break it out.
I'm not. What's he on here, John?
He's on yellows, mate.
Lose it out. You clipping this one back?
Yeah.
That was
he just-
tough.
He just landed a little bit in between everything there.
He wasn't really. That was my point. He wasn't really on anything.
No, I think he should have.
Because his next shot wasn't easy. It was getting away from him quickly.
And he still had the cannon to play at some point if he wanted to clear up.
Oh, we are going to have. I thought it was Declan Brennan going to step in, but they're using their full complement of players. Ronan McCarthy, the 8th man up. Squad of I think 9 Northern Ireland have got. They are absolutely entitled to use all of them.
Ronan's probably decided that Declan needs dropping for missing that red in the 6 red.
But yeah, it's a bit of a strange concept, but I think there's a maximum of 10 per team. You can use all 10 if you want, but you have to use a minimum of 7.
Oh, him using his wisdom there.
And that's a wily shot, isn't it, from
well, that's the
Ronan?
word I was looking for, wily. He leaves a double. Now he's surely got a screw back. If he can hit the black, that'd be nice. Oh, he's struggling to reach. Oh.
Cross double?
Yes. Well, yeah, it's close to double kiss. Yeah,
Oh, it wasn't a bad effort.
It was a good effort, definitely.
Ronan McCarthy will look to get the job done. He might put a little bit of hurt on Mark McBride
I
first.
think he will. I think he might force Mark to play the yellow under the black.
27, Carol Dunn, Harriet Haynes.
That's what he'd like to do.
That will be the plan, yeah.
But I'm not sure if he's got a good place to do that.
Yeah, he might have to put a couple of balls just to put himself in the
Yeah.
position to force him to do that.
Yeah, he's possibly looking at leaving the chance of the breakout. He's underdone that. Wants to be a bit higher so he could have screwed back into the black. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's good.
It's not perfect, but he won't mind it too much.
Table 33, Sandra Ryan, Emma Cunningham.
Nice and simple.
39, Tassie Solomons, Belly Sanders.
Got to feel a little bit for Scotland in this match. It's,
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
yeah. So it's an extra competition for them, but probably would have liked an easier starter just to build their confidence.
Yeah. Well,
good
their
shot,
position
good shot.
straight into the quarterfinals was based on an old ranking, really, which really applied. They were seeded into the quarterfinals. You know, Northern Ireland and France had to qualify.
Oh, I thought it was drawn out. I didn't realise it was seeded. Yeah. And that's all she wrote, I believe.
Ronan McCarthy then with the 8 ball to finish the job. Northern Ireland
Oh, fist pump.
whitewash Scotland's 8-0. That is all she wrote, and they advance through to the team shootout semi-finals, where they will take on England. That is a semi-final you are not going to want to miss.